Celebrate others, other people's success, not shrink your pie. What does this mean, and what are we talking about today? And how does this tie into contribution? You see somebody succeeding online, or you see them share a big win, you get that knot in your stomach and it tightens, and you think, oh my God, that should be me. Guess what? That reaction, that exact reaction, or any form of it, isn't ambition, it's scarcity. And scarcity is what's keeping you and your business stuck if you have those kinds of reactions and thoughts. When we're celebrating others' wins, that invites more of those things into our life, not less. And so we want to make sure that we're doing that. And that's what we're talking about today as a form of contribution. You know, somebody else's win doesn't reduce or move your cheese. You know, we're all taught to believe that everything's the competition and everybody's our competition. But the truth is, there's plenty to go around for everybody. We live in this incredible, abundant universe where there's more than enough for everybody, more than we can possibly imagine. And when we come at every situation, every problem, every challenge with that point of view and that perspective, we win. And when we win, that encourages and sets an example for other people. And that's what this is all about. Reminds me of the saying, a rising tide lifts all ships. And it's so true. As an industry grows and expands and scales and supersizes, so do all of the key players in it that are there, instead of competing, combining and coordinating efforts to help everyone that wants their products and services or that particular industry. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. I have an itchy nose. I'm going to kiss a bowl. Need a drink of water. All right. So let's think about this today. And let's be honest. Have you ever had that reaction? I'm going to raise my hand because, of course, we're all human and we all have that reaction sometimes. I mean, who doesn't look at all the shade and the dirt and the crap that's spoken about Elon Musk, President Trump, Warren Buffett, Sam Walton, everybody that's ever succeeded and done great things invites jealousy and judgment and criticism. And we don't really invite it. It just comes right along with the success. It's why we have haters online. It's because everybody is comparing themselves to everybody else's highlight reel. And guess what? There's always somebody that's going to be more than you. There's always going to be some business that is more successful, makes more money than you. Elon Musk is the first trillionaire. He won't be the last, right? He's never going to be the last. There's always continuous improvement and growth, which ties in to today's part of the super framework. Before I forget, and I put this on my lap so I would not forget, I love this graphic for this because it talks about growth. And this is also a primary example of what we're talking about. Everybody thinks when they start something, they start a new business, they start a new project, you do anything. Oh, I'm going to get this. It's going to be easy. I'm just going to fly through it. I started a coaching program recently that I'm participating in. And I thought, okay, I got this. I can do this. And guess what? I'm 3+ months in and I am still not clicking on even 3 or 2 cylinders, much less 4 or 8 or how many ever come in vehicles nowadays. Because of this exact topic today, the things that get in our way usually aren't physical things or things outside of our control. They're usually inside us, which is the hardest thing to realize and actually take accountability for. We have to look ourselves in the eye in the mirror and say, oh yeah, that's on me. I am here because I have not followed the steps that are laid out to prove and solve this problem for myself. And until I do, until I follow every single step in the order that it's laid out, I'm not going to, and I cannot expect to have the same success as other people that are doing it. Big ego check there, right? So today, the last step in our super framework is R for review. We want to review what's working, what's not working. We want to do more of what's working. We want to stop doing what's not working or tweak it until it works. And the reason I share this is because we all think it's going to be this straight line to success, right? And growth and supersizing. But in reality, this is a graphing of other people's journeys on this experience. And these are actually graphs I just drew. But I was thinking about different people that I've coached over the years that all had these type of growth and trajectories in their organizations. And it's Okay, this one's probably me, the one that spirals all the time. So keep that in mind as you're taking actions and making steps and deciding things and moving forward. It's not going to be a straight line. And more importantly, it's your journey. Don't compare your journey and your experience to anybody else's. Why? Because there's always going to be somebody stronger, faster, better looking, younger, having more energy, etc. There's always going to be somebody that's more of anything in your industry than you are. You just have to pick the thing you are going to be known for and the best and go all in on that and make it something that's true for you and a characteristic of you. Don't copy some other marketers or some other person's thing and model it. You can model it a little, but don't think that that's going to be the thing that clicks for you and gives you the instant success that we all so secretly covet and desire. I could tell so many stories about this. I found this didn't happen much when I was in the offline world, right? Because we're separated and kind of isolated. And I didn't find myself having FOMO, fear of missing out, or any comparison to other people. I was just building my own business, doing my own thing. But when I came online after my divorce, I started, and part of it was I was telling myself that I was just studying and researching and trying to figure out what worked. But really, I was like everybody else, doom scrolling and comparing myself to others and wondering, well, what the hell? How come this person has 1 million followers? They've made 2 videos and I've made hundreds and I have 20 followers. Now, I didn't realize that that person had been building their following for a decade. And it wasn't until I asked better questions and started digging into and finding out and saying, okay, stop, hold the phone, compare yourself to people that are doing the same thing as you and find out what they're doing, get in those rooms and improve. Because most of the problems in the universe right now are solved problems. Yeah, we still have some big problems, but we're in the process of solving them, right? Most of the things that we come up against in our business, it's either been solved in our industry by somebody else, a competitor, and they've already figured it out and solved the problem and got the solution, or another person in another industry has already solved this. I am a huge believer and fan of looking to different industries for solutions to problems that they've already solved that we're struggling with in our business or in our little corner of the world. Because, like I said, the vast majority of things that come up that are a problem for us right now or a challenge and making us crazy, somebody else has already got the answer for that. And now with AI, it's easier than ever to find clues to those situations. I'm not saying have AI replace you because you're irreplaceable and your businesses as well, but there are tools out there that can help us do that. Ever since the internet came into being, it's been a game changer for those that are willing to look at it and use the tool in order to be better, to do better, to create more in the world. So what are we going to do today? We're going to do 2 things. We're going to have 2 action items, right? The first one's going to be review the super process with respect to contribution. Remember, we've already formed the gap between where we are and where we want to be. We started filling it by coming up with ideas and a plan. We took action on one of those ideas. And now we're asking ourselves, well, did it work or not? Do we need more time? Do we need to do more of it? If it worked, double down and do more of it. If it didn't work, tweak it and test it again, right? Our life is one big science experiment and a game if we choose to look at it that way and get curious about and have fun with it. And when you do that, when you're just continually improving and being a better version of yourself and your business, there is no competition because the vast majority of competitors out there or things we would deem competitors aren't doing any of it. They're not even asking how they can improve. They're just copying what they've seen other people do. And if you're just blindly copying what you've seen other people do, yep, you can have success. But if you want to really build something that lasts and that makes a difference in the world, then you be yourself and you pick and choose and decide who you need to not compare yourself to, but who you can model and learn from and create something that's uniquely yours for your industry and that solves the problems and the pains of the people that you love working with better than anyone else. And before you know it, you will be the person that everybody's looking at in your industry and maybe even the world. So today, I challenge you to seek out and celebrate 3 people that you consider competitors. All right, it's going to be hard. Not really. It's super easy. And once you start doing that, ask yourself, well, how does it make me feel to actually recognize this person that I've considered a competitor all along? How does that make me feel? And then watch what opens up for you in your business over the next week, let's say. I don't know how long I've done this. Maybe I've done this my whole life. I've always liked to cheer other people on, knowing that there's plenty to go around for everybody. Now, have I had bouts of scarcity mentality? Heck yeah. You know what? Our subconscious serves us all kinds of stuff up because we want to be safe and stay where we are. But if you're listening to me, you know that that's not what you actually want. All right, so a review and just put your next step. So I reviewed my process for the super framework. This is what I'm doing now or next. And then for celebrating others, I challenge you to celebrate 3 other people today, not just 1, 3. And I'm going to start right now. I'm going to celebrate Marge Rhodes. Marge Rhodes is a gifted hypnotist. She is in my Supersize Your Business School community. She's phenomenal. And I don't think we give her, or that she gives herself, enough credit for how awesome she is. She's helped me a lot. She has the Burnout Recovery Studio. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't believe that I'm burnt out ever. I don't think I've ever used that word to describe myself. And that's one of the things I love about the school platform is you learn about things that you didn't even know existed. And you realize, oh my gosh, if I do this and this and this, just these 3 little things, and I build them into my days, I have much better results, and I am the one chalking up the wins, as you will be too. All right. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, go out, make it an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.